Romantic partners are always supposed to help lift each other, but what happens when your true love hates your passion? Jennifer, an aspiring actress, knew exactly what that was like. Her boyfriend spent most of their relationship controlling her, and one day, she broke free from him, all because of a viral CCTV video of her at a New York train station. Learn what Jennifer did which shocked the world and finally allowed her to move on. The 23-year-old Jennifer was born in a small village, but never really fit into the quaint life. She always felt a bit different from others. Known for her striking beauty, everybody expected her to become a model or an actress, but she always brushed the suggestions away. Her main focus in life was her boyfriend, Jake, who was everything to her. They'd been together for 2 years now, and it was her first serious relationship. Jake was 26 years old. He worked at a competitive and stressful job at the local railway company. Jennifer didn't really have a stable job and worked gigs, which forced her to have unexpected hours. Even though Jake offered to take care of her, Jennifer still wanted to pitch in. She also wanted to use her, even if sporadic income, to take herself to California. It looked like the years of questions and suggestions of her becoming a Hollywood actress had left a mark on Jennifer, and she wanted to pursue this dream. But her boyfriend, Jake, had other ideas. As the couple moved in and started thinking of taking the next step in their relationship, Jennifer started noticing that Jake became more and more controlling. It all started with little things like comments on her hair and clothes, and soon grew into fights about how late she could stay out for work and with friends. Jake also became very aggressive and overbearing. He blamed his unacceptable behavior due to his stressful job. As soon as he would cool down, he would beg for Jennifer's forgiveness and blamed his unacceptable behavior on his stressful job, and time again, Jennifer forgave him. The couple had agreed they would focus on their careers and wouldn't consider it for many more years to come. Remember that Jennifer was sure that Jake was the one for her, so leaving was out of the option. He felt that having a baby was the best way for them to reconnect. When Jennifer wouldn't listen, he started blaming their fights on her sporadic work schedule and blamed her for caring more about her work than their relationship. Their discussion about Jake's suggestion was left incomplete when he stormed away to work, leaving a confused Jennifer behind. Alone in their home, she flipped through pictures of their relationship, wondering how it all went so wrong. She loved Jake and wanted him to understand her point of view, and it was a picture that gave her the idea which she thought could finally make Jake go back to the way he was before and mend their relationship. It was a vacation picture of her and Jake in LA from 2019. During their passionate weekend getaway, it was there Jake had promised they would move to LA in 2 years, promising Jennifer that he would support her plans of becoming an actress. Jennifer knew that showing Jake this picture would remind him of his promise. She decided to plan a date night in which she would treat Jake to a special dinner and then surprise him with a gift before talking things through. A few weeks passed and Jennifer had everything planned out. All she had to do was get the collage of pictures from their 2019 vacation printed. She sent a text to Jake, reminding him about tonight, and headed to the print shop. Unfortunately for Jennifer, the night was not going to go as she planned. After weeks of emotional pressure and stress, Jennifer had neglected her health, and while she was at the print shop, she passed out due to exhaustion. When Jennifer woke up, she found herself surrounded by friends and family. "We thought we were going to lose you," her mom blurbed out through tear-soaked eyes. Jennifer was very confused. And what happened to the date? What happened to Jake? She asked out loud. As soon as she said his name, Jake slipped in with a tray of food in his hands. From the looks of it, Jake had completely changed from the angry man at home. He was caring towards Jennifer, and she had hoped that whatever was happening between them was done and over with. But she was also cautious. After a month of no fighting, Jennifer was finally allowing herself to be happy again. Jake no longer complained about her work, and everything was going great. Then she got a call from an unexpected number which ended up changing her life. "Is this Jennifer?" The cool voice asked Jennifer, and once all the pleasantries were done, she was made aware that he was an agent with Star Entertainment, a popular global agency that represented models and actresses. It turned out that a very significant client had insisted on her getting an interview with the agency. This meant that Jennifer would have to travel to New York by the next day for the scouting conference, and all her expenses would be taken care of. Excited, Jennifer began to plan her trip, and when one of her oldest friends offered to let her stay with her, it felt like everything was aligning itself. But the thought of telling Jake scared her. The couple had been living in a blissful bubble, and she worried that this would pop it. Jennifer waited for Jake to finish work. The couple had a nice dinner, and as she was cleaning up, she blurted out, "I got scouted." Jake said, "What?" while Jennifer was unable to hide her immense excitement. "I got scouted by an agency. They want me to come in for their conference." And to that, all she got back was silence. He simply stared at her for a few moments in silence and finally asked, "When and where is it?" He didn't seem angry, but he hadn't even congratulated her, but Jennifer thought that pointing this out would only make the situation worse. Jennifer sighed. She felt like she was walking on eggshells. So rather than tell Jake the truth, she said, "It's in Mesa, and it's tomorrow evening." The couple lived in Phoenix, Arizona, and Jennifer's mom lived in Mesa. It was the most sensible location she could think of, but even this answer didn't satisfy Jake, and soon enough, they were arguing once more. In the middle of their fight, Jake let slip which broke Jennifer apart. He admitted that he had lied about looking for a new position in Los Angeles and had no intention of ever moving there. Jake had said all that just to appease her and hoped that she would eventually let go of her dreams and simply become a housewife. Jennifer couldn't believe it. One of the major building blocks of their relationship was a lie, and she needed space to think. So she packed her overnight bag and stayed at her friend Macy's house to think things over. She would go ahead with the plan and go to New York, with or without Jake's approval. The next day, she left for New York, and when she touched down, she got a call from Jake, and he was furious. He demanded to know where Jennifer was and why had she left without telling him. When she explained that she had gone to the conference and was staying with her mother, as she told him, scared of not getting into a fight so close to her audition, she lied again and explained that she had gone to the conference in Mesa and was staying with her mother, to which his response was hanging up on her. The excitement of the evening had turned sour, all thanks to Jake's call. He later texted Jennifer with an ultimatum that she had to pick one thing, her career or him. Again, Jennifer reached out to her friends to help her decide. Her friend from New York, Heather, insisted that she go to the audition and forget about Jake. And that is exactly what she did. This was an incredible opportunity, and only 5 other girls had been invited. While she still could not figure out who had got her the interview, the director had said a big star had helped her score her spot, but she personally didn't know anyone famous. So who could it have been? Well, before she could think more, one of the people in charge issued a challenge for the girls. You must create a vital moment. He explained that the 5 of them would be getting signed as models. They would need to pass a test first. The task was to reconnect to the general public in New York. The instructions were left vague, and Jennifer was stumped. This was her first time visiting New York, and she didn't even know how to get around the city, so how was she going to impress the people? They had been given a week to accomplish the goal, and while she waited for her train, she heard a child ask, "Mom, is she like a model?" pointing towards her, and that is when a light bulb went on in her head. As genius was her idea, it would also reveal to Jake that she had lied to him and was in New York and not Mesa. And this would mean the end of their relationship for sure, but for the first time in a long time, Jennifer knew what to do. She told Heather everything that was happening because Heather was not just her close friend but a therapist. It was only when she heard from Heather's mouth that their relationship was not healthy did Jennifer finally realize it as well. Heather reminded Jennifer that even if Jake didn't have anger issues, he still had no right to enforce rules on her, especially about her career. This was not what love looked like, and Jennifer knew that as well. Determined and with a clear head, Jennifer threw herself into the challenge. She had a unique idea. Now all that was left was to execute it. So she put on her best dress, dolled herself up, and headed to the train station. Once she got to the station, it was time to perform. Staring into the CCTV at the platform, she started to walk down the side of the tram, posing in front of it. Intrigued by this sudden performance by the gorgeous Jennifer, people quickly began to take videos and pictures of her. Next, Jennifer sultrily leaned against the wall and took off one of her shoes. This unexpected act pulled in even more people who couldn't take their eyes off Jennifer, and waited as to what she would do next. Derek was in charge of monitoring the CCTV on that side of the station, and he was about to head out for his lunch break when he noticed Jennifer's performance. He too couldn't believe his eyes. This gorgeous blonde was modeling on the train platform. Taking out his phone, he recorded and uploaded it all, and typed simple words, "Somebody gets this girl a contract." And just like that, the video spread across social media platforms all across the world. The video was a huge success and was loved by everyone who saw it, and Jennifer was the winner of the challenge. She was soon cast in an upcoming movie, and to this day, she still doesn't know the identity of her helper and only refers to them as Angel. Months later, Jennifer has now moved to LA and hasn't seen Jake since she collected her things after the New York trip. She also attended therapy to deal with everything he put her through.